Good morning. This is another wonderful session of Community Talks with Community Leaders. And this morning I have with me the wonderful Solomon. Uh, Floor is yours, brother.
Thank you once again, Solomon, with my brother Javan Jones, here to let you know a lot about me and YBSP.
That's wonderful. What is YBSP?
Yes, YBSP. Come again?
What is it?
YBSP Youth Building Synergy to End Poverty, a non-profit organization located in Burundi, Bujumbura, the capital city. The organization which is also helping and fighting for the rights of the kids who are from the streets. Now they're trying to live in a better life. Out of that, they also try to transform many young and the youth life by helping them economically, socially, to improve some of their skills so they can live in a better life and for the better future.
That's great. How long have you been doing this?
YBSP have been doing this for more than 10 years. They're now running a decade, but I've been part of this for a year because I've also been part of their activities with another nonprofit organization in which we are using or we were practicing and doing the same activities for the community. So it's more than 10 years now that they are providing and serving the community.
And out of those things that you have done, could you describe a few things for us?
Not only a few things, but many things. When
Okay.
you transform a life of youth that today you see as a big boy, a big girl who can run and do some of her stuff or his stuff by our own, it means that you have contributed something. You have impacted the community and the society. Seeing a kid who can now go to school and succeed in the studies, performing well in the studies, that's a contribution. Seeing the mothers of the kids who also are living in a certain life which was not easy for them, somewhere they're living a life where they couldn't even afford paying the meal and other home things. Now they can do that. Means we have been transforming this for a certain level. Now we see the fruits that we did something. There are women coming and say, like, today, I really do stuff on my own without your support, but you supported me. So we transform them from one place, well, from one thing to another thing. So we have been doing a lot of things and we are keep going and going so further to keep doing this.
What type of programming do you offer to the women and the children?
Okay, for the children, it's education for all, where we believe that every kid deserves education, means all genders without any diversity. It means we are taking them to school, doing the follow up in their studies, making sure that we are providing also school materials in which they are receiving like backpack, school books, and other stuff. The same as women or their mothers, we also providing them different sessions, education ones. They are learning different skills from breeding and farming, reading and writing, making sure that they also understand about their health, making them understand or teaching them about sexuality and reproduction, because many of them we come to notice that giving birth for them it's easy, but what are you giving or what are you providing for the numbers of kids who are very many? So we are trying to explain to them you need to have the number that you can really take care. So they're also having these sessions. But all in all, we are also providing now the classes and the sessions of entrepreneurship, where they should also try to start up some of the small business in which we believe in the future that this business will go up and they will also try to give back to the community in which they are living in.
Is there a specific reason or just many among time that you have to provide these services? Is there something that has caused displacement of many women and children, or just all of the community, or is it just economics, or what could be the cause, and why are you doing such great work to help support and solve these issues.
Okay. As many of us, we had this opportunity, like we usually say, we had an opportunity to have like uh all these needs were being served by our parents. But as YBSP started, it was a group of youth from different schools where they came together. It was a group of sitting together and having fun. But they came and noticed that besides them, there are some kids who cannot have a meal. They cannot have that moment of enjoying it. They don't have the moment of sitting together. So the founder thought about starting a thing of let's start by feeding them. And then after a certain moment, it was only feeding. So the number was changing by time. That today we had 100, tomorrow it's 100 and something, 100 and something. We need to have like a specific number or a right number for these kids. Not knowing that the kids were like calling up together, like, okay, today we're going at YBSP, they usually gather together and we'll have only the meal. But noticing that some of them were not at school, they were just attending this enjoyment or having a session of sharing the meal. And then they started the program of education for all, which, okay, there are some kids who really need go to back to school, but with an interest. I really in need, or you want to go back to school? Yes, I need to go back to school. Starting slowly, a number of few kids who were brought back or were returned back to school with some school materials. But it also, they also noticed something. It's that for sure the kids are at school, a certain number of kids are at school, they are receiving a school, I mean, all the lessons with the teachers. But the problem was the performance at school was not that satisfying. It was not sufficient. And then try to figure out well, like what's going on, what's happening. And then they find out like some of them, due to the life at home, they are not receiving the enough meal. They are not having the moment of sitting together as a family, sharing different ideas, having the discussion, this and that, and this. Okay, we need to go and start doing the following up and see what's really going on with their families. Many of the parents were the parents who were jobless. Some of them were running very small business, which were not that sufficient for their needs at home, and say like, okay, let's start the empowerment of the women, in which many of the mothers who are we are empowering nowadays are the mothers of the kids who are in the program Education for All, to make sure that after Education for All, the kid is also receiving good needs. So they providing at home is also enough for him to study well, to be fed well, and also having an establishment at home. That's how we made up this to see like the kids are at school, but also the parents are also able to serve the kids.
Right, that's very important. It's common that children can go out somewhere and can receive services. When they go back home, it's still an issue. So a lot of children rely on the school settings or the services outside of the home to help them with their daily needs. Um, what about the children who don't live at home or have a home? Do you have an issue with homeless children?
Yeah, I mean, I was about to come to this. We are having a for sure. We had numbers of kids who were homeless without parents, and then we asked for some support and assistance until we had the number of kids. We're having 18 kids who are homeless without parents. YBSP is the parent. We are taking care of them. They're receiving like 100% of the basic needs of the kid. We took them to the shelters. They are living in the shelters, in which we are also covering all the expenses, like the rent of the house. Yeah, they are receiving every month. They are receiving a store of the meal. We are clothing them. They're paying them school fees. They are having also scholarships. I mean, in general, let me say in general, like school fees, school materials, and all kind of stuff to make sure that they are also living a life which they really needed. That's how we serve them. So they are living totally like other kids who are living in their families.
That's great. Do y'all provide healthcare for them as well?
Yeah, we're having some people who understood the program of giving back to the kids or to the society and the community. We asked for some partnership of insurance, healthcare, and health insurance, which is also somehow not easy because of the bills which are very high. But some of them are understanding the project and the plans that we are having, and they really support us to make sure that the kids are also receiving these healthcare services.
All right, that's great. And what programming do you have for the women? Are there any women shelters, or do they come and help with the feeding, or how does that go as adults in service who need support?
Okay. Well, for the women, they are having the session, education sessions, about entrepreneurship, different skills, farming, reading. Many of them, they are having their families. We only support them by education because we are not that able to help them, like having a for place to them to stay and then cover all their I mean their expenses and other things. If we would have that budget or the funds to do it, we would have do it. That's why
Okay.
one of our main goals is to have our own center where everyone as a beneficiary is receiving all the needs which are, are affordable to them. So we are still doing this for them. They are coming and going,
Mm.
finding a way to pay their transport fees to arrive to the place, receiving the sessions with the different experts. That's what we are providing at the moment. But if really we're going to have some support or funds, I mean, financially stable, we can do that.
Okay. Do you all help them with like transportation, like to and from, like maybe shopping or doctor appointments or work or school? You guys help with that?
Yeah, first thing that we are doing is it's about the sessions. We cover the expenses of the facilitator who's there
Okay.
for them. Second, we are also covering their transport. And the other thing, for instance, when there's this problem, as you say, for about their health, we are trying to organize ourselves, in which also we invite people to do some fundraising of the funds so that we can cover this. Because on our own we cannot, because some of them are having like serious disease, which it's asking a lot of money, in which we cannot afford.
Mhm.
But it take for people to support us, and then they really support us, and then we raise some funds for them to be treated, and they are receiving these health services about health.
That's great. Really appreciate it. I know they do as well. So I've heard a lot, some really good things about what you've done and what you all are doing right now. And you also mentioned that you would like to have your own center. So give me a couple minutes or about like what would you like to do with YBSP, maybe around this your own having your own center. What does that look like? What would it take? The funding, the resources, what how difficult or easy of a task is that?
Okay, let me start with the easiest way. Easiest way is that there are some people who really understand the goal, the object that we're having as YBSP, that we are here to transform, we are here to provide, we are here to serve the community. There are some who understand this. So when you go there for the fundraising, they quickly, it's like a snap of a finger, they quickly understand and say, hey, we are ready. Just tell us what's needed and then we will do it. Different from the tough way is that some are still having doubts and also curious. Like we have been hearing you saving, doing this to the kids, doing this to the woman. Are you really doing this? As long as you are not in this platform understanding that we are here to serve, it's very difficult for you to understand. But some of them really understand because they are in part of this. They really understand. Like today, when we really want to raise a fund of maybe treat a kid who needs to be operated, for instance, we use our WhatsApp group and then we start doing this. we don't receive really the enough money, but people really understand. But if we would have that number, all the people that we need really them to understand, that would have been great. So still we are trying to find a way how we can mobilize, make people understand that, hey, we are here to serve the community. We are a non-profit organization. We are not profiting the kids. We are not profiting their needs, what they need, what they really need as service. Try to understand that we are here for them. No one is here for them. We are here for them. You can also be a part of it if really you want to be a part of it.
Right, right. That's so wonderful. Um, so I really, really appreciate all the work you all are doing out there. One more time before we wrap this up, and I spread this to the world so we can make sure that everyone understands we need to support all of our communities worldwide, globally, starting early, the young, the women, the children, and the men who work hard as well. We never know where our next world leader or community leader is going to come from. And, if you don't help someone now, you don't never know when you might end up needing help.
Yeah,
And if you don't help people today and you need help tomorrow, there might not be no one there to help you. So
exactly.
I put my faith and my support, my energy in the supporting, and I love partnering with YBSP. So before I let you go, my friend, let them know what YBSP means, stands for, what it means to you, and once again, who you are and how they can help.
Okay, let me say this in short again. It's YBSP, a youth building synergy to end poverty. We are here to serve the community. We are here to provide to the community transformation socially, economically, calling up to the world, not only Burundi, not only Africa, but the worldwide. We are calling up you. Just check us on our website and other platforms. The kids are here to wait for you to provide. Anything that you have, just provide. The kids, they will appreciate. You don't know tomorrow who will stand with you. So I'm calling up to everyone. Let's support these kids. Let's support this next generation. Thank you.
And you are, tell the world.
Yeah, I go by the name of Amos Abu Solomon, a young activist, a communication manager, an entrepreneur, all the way from YBSP, Burundi.
My partner and my friend. All right, I appreciate you so much, Solomon. I'll see you soon. Take care, and we'll be providing as much support as we can to you all. Okay,
Yeah,
take care.
man. Stay safe.